Ravi Bopara joins us. Ravi, smiles on your face and the smiles of everybody around here. The last 3 games, 3 wins for Essex, moved us away from the bottom and put us right on the coattails of those clubs trying to get in the knockout stages.
Yeah, no, it was a brilliant win from the boys. Like I said before, if you can lose 4 on the bounce, you can win 4 on the bounce in T20 cricket. It's nice to... The difficult thing in T20 cricket is when you're losing, it's very hard to just switch it around and start winning, but we've done it. And now it's key to keep going, keep performing. It's good for the lads.
Yeah, indeed. Looking at your own form personally, excellent performance at the Oval last week, and here again tonight. That was the vintage Ravi Bopara, wasn't it? I think you will admit that haven't been getting a lot of luck earlier on in this tournament, and you always need that element of luck. But certainly tonight, a chanceless innings, and indeed at the Oval as well. Things coming together nicely for you and the team.
Yeah, it was nice to get some runs. I was bitterly disappointed in the last game at Chelmsford with the decision I got, but that's cricket for you. And we've been run out a couple of times as well. It's been an absolute shocker so far, but today was my day, and it was good. I tried to make it count as much as possible, and I was hitting it nicely.
Mentioning sort of the frustrating times for you, did that add to the onus of captaincy, the weight of responsibility on your shoulders, thinking, well, hang on, I've got to be leading these boys, I've got to be showing them, the way forward as a skipper with runs or bowling?
At the start, I think the first few games I was, I probably put a little bit too much on it as a skipper. But as it goes on, you sort of realise that you just got to play the same way, regardless whether you're a skipper or not. You can't think like a skipper when you're batting. You just got to bat. And today, I just said to myself, I'm just going to bat, be positive. I watched the Kent game last night, so I had an idea of what everyone bowls as well. So I sort of just went right, back your decision, watch the ball hard.
Strength of the team can often be gauged by the fact that people that don't actually do too much in a game are looking at our own batting lineup. People like Tendo didn't get to the crease, Fozzie didn't get there, Napes didn't get there. On the bowling front, you didn't have to use Tom Wesley or Asher Zaidi. Great options for a captain, isn't it, when people like that aren't actually getting involved in the game in one discipline or another.
Very good, actually. It just shows we've got most spaces covered. I think tonight was a tough place to bowl spin. We risked it, early on, just to have a look, see what happens. His first over went well, Dan Lawrence. His second over not so well, and you sort of just realise actually it could be very hard work to bowl spin here today. But that's the good thing, is that we've got all the other seamers to back it up. Even Ryan Tenderscarter as well does a brilliant job for us. So no, I'm very happy. Feel like I got most bases covered, even though we've only got one overseas.
Indeed, and you mentioned the only one overseas player. We're able to only have one overseas player because of the bowling strength that you've got, and perhaps a special mention for Paul Walter. Got that first wicket tonight, and you could see how much it meant to him. Went on and bagged some more as well. But great that for him that he can come straight out the Essex leagues and get into this level and show how he can compete.
Yeah, well, he's a big lad. He's one of the biggest county cricketers around. So he's got things going for him. He's a left armer, he swings it, can bowl with decent pace, can mix up his pace as well. And that's something that sort of I saw in the winter. I thought this guy has got something, and he's a left-hand bat and smacks it miles. So it'll be silly for us to ignore someone like him. It'll be silly for us not to give him the experience going into the further stages. I think the first 2 games he played, he only bowled 1 over in each game, but today was his night. It was his night to bowl his 4 overs because the spin was so hard to play. So, and he come up trumps as well. He showed us that he can do it. So that's brilliant for him and brilliant for us as well.
Yeah. One last thing, Kent again here on Sunday. If you've got the first bragging rights over them, it'd be nice to complete the double, wouldn't it, in the championship?
Yeah, that would be very nice. I think they're challenging quite well around the top of the league. So it's important that we get a win against them. Hopefully the weather will be okay.
Fingers crossed, Ravi. Well done again tonight. Cheers.